icon, and then get pulled over because I have a nice vehicle in the hood, which I grew up in. But the guys that's pulling me over ain't the guys that's from the hood or look like me or even know any other area or anybody in the area. When I grew up, when I was younger, most of the cops that worked in the area lived in the area. It was called PAL. Most of them, kind of knew who everybody was. Drug dealers and non-drug dealers. But, it became now when they just put all these people and drop them off in our community. So my last one was every phase has been different in my life. So now this is the phase of I'm still doing my basketball. I'm still traveling. I'm teaching. I'm teaching in school. I'm still traveling, playing basketball. I'm still playing pickup. I'm still playing in all the different tournaments. I'm still traveling around, working on overseas. And I get married to my wife. And I just happen to, I'm going downtown to play pickup. We do this pickup all the time down there, boys and girls. Shout out to my boy at the boys club. We do pickup with all my boys. And we go downtown. A couple guys from the neighborhood, usually they be down there, so I just give them a ride up when I come back up. Same truck. Take the ride downtown, we go play pickup. Pickup probably over we go from 9 p.m. to 12. Pick up over, they get in my vehicle. Now, meanwhile, I'm living on 101st and 1st Avenue. The precinct's 103rd. The two kids I'm dropping off, actually, John Lopez, young, great cameraman now, do a lot of pictures throughout the internet. My guy and his boy live in the neighborhood. They live right on Lexington Avenue. So everybody who knows Lexington Avenue, 103rd, 100, they know it's a little rough. It's a little rough. But if you know what you know what I'm talking about. But I'm a Harlem kid. I'm born and raised. Everybody know me. I'm good. We good. I'm good wherever I go. So we go. We come our way back uptown. I pull up in front of his building. We sitting there. We lock the door. All the windows down. We having a quick conversation before going. I think he's in college or high school at the time. We having a good conversation about just life, basketball. We laughing and having jokes like most of us do when we talk junk after the game, after kicking their butts or whatever. We talking junk. Now we soaking wet still because we still trying to drying off from playing in the gym. We got dry shirts on, but we still still sweating. And then two cops walk by one time, another two walk by again, and get out of the car. So after the third time, the cop walks over to the car. I see him coming. I ain't changed my position. We having a good conversation. So he walks up, keys in the ignition, car's off. It's parked. We in a parking spot. And he goes, everything okay? I said, we fine. We just having a conversation. Officer, everything good with you? She's like, oh, yeah, I'm just checking on y'all. I said, okay, thank you. He says, no, you sit here. You live in the neighborhood? Yeah, I live around the corner. And he lives right here in the building. I'm dropping him off. I said, okay. You mind me asking your driver's license? What are y'all talking about? I'm talking about basketball. I know what he's doing. He's probing for information. I don't have a problem giving to him because I don't have nothing wrong. Young fella, I go, nothing. I give him my driver's license. He runs it. He walks in the back of my vehicle. His partner's on the side. We had a good conversation, talking about sports or whatever. We continue talking. I'm like, yeah, check my stuff. Continue talking. But I'm watching him out of the corner of my rear view. They run my stuff. He comes back. My tag's expired one day. But remember I told you, I'm in the parking spot. I'm literally in the parking spot. My car's turned off. I'm like, okay. I said, okay, sir. I know my tag expired. My bad, I get taken care of tomorrow, it's not a problem. You're gonna write me, you know how it goes. They usually write you a summons and you gotta get it taken care of, and then you show up to the precinct, they check it off, they throw it out. Not in this case, because remember I told you, it's hard being black. So I go, okay. I said, what are we gonna do? He said, well, I'll call my sergeant. Anybody know East Harlem, when they say call sergeant, they come with the paddy wagon, they have the van, and gonna be, white shirt with a couple other cops. I'm like, and they've been circling around already. They circled past it 3 times. So I tell you before, I still have the Viper on my van, on my truck. So John get out. I said, John, y'all get out. They get out. So I got in the car now. We having a conversation. And I said, okay, so what's going to happen? He's like, well, we let my sergeant aside. He might want to take you and book you. Book me for what? I'm in a parking spot. He goes, I can't make this up. Technically, because you're sitting in the car and the key's in the ignition, even though it's off, you're still driving the vehicle. Think about that. He said, even though the vehicle is off, technically you're still driving the vehicle. I said, okay, it is what it is. I already know the writing's on the window. So, like I said before, got a great car system. I hit lock. It locks everything up. They turn around and look, oh man, it's locked up. Take my keys. I throw it to my man John, little young boy John. Take my wallet. Take my ID out, just my ID. Hand my wallet to him. Hand my cell phone to him. I said, call my boy Will. Make sure you know I'm going, because we literally 2 blocks from the precinct. We literally 2 blocks from the precinct. I live around the corner, down the block from me. Like, literally. Here comes the paddy wagon, pulls up. 5 officers get out. 5. And then, you know, the white shirt get out, and he probably half my size. And we all know that makes it worse. People don't think that, but it makes it worse. When you 6'3", and the dude is 5'5", with a chip on his shoulder, and he's the boss, we already know how that goes. So he gets out, and they already passed me like 4 or 5 times. So what's going on? Like, what's the situation? What's going on? I'm like, and the officer tells him, like, you know, they were saying talking, registration expired. Well, why is it expired? So now he start huffing and puffing. I'm like, look, I live around the corner. I can walk home. Truck can stay there. It's in a good parking spot. I can get it done tomorrow. Have paperwork back. I'm not talking to you. Oh, okay. I can't make this stuff up. So I guess they had a conversation. One of the officers is behind him that's standing. They all standing around me now. It's 3 of us. The 2 young boys now to the side because they nothing to do with them. They about to go sit in the room, but they're gonna take care of me. John don't take care of me. All officers around me now. One officer recognize me, go, hey, don't you play ball? I'm like, yeah, I do. He's like, I need to look familiar. Yo, he's kind of a dick, so just be careful. I said, I already see it. So he goes, now we're gonna take him in. He goes to grab me, to put me against the sergeant, and he slips. And I'm kind of strong, so I didn't move with him. So he slipped into me, hit me, slide off me, and falls into my truck. And you know, I'm like, oh, you okay? So now it makes him mad because he couldn't manhandle me. So he turned and put me against the truck. He put my handcuffs on super tight to be a jerk. I go, okay, whatever. I'm sitting there, I'm like, are you really gonna arrest me for expired tags? And the car's parked. I wasn't driving, you didn't catch me driving. Yeah, I'm in the wrong, but that's a ticket. I can get it fixed the next day. It's simple, it's an easy fix. I explained to him who I was in the community. I'm a teacher. I travel, do a whole bunch of stuff. He didn't want to hear that. He didn't care. Never showed him any resistance. So now we drive 2 blocks to the precinct. So, you know, my boy Will live right next to me at the time. So he comes up. I call my wife. Now she's worried about me because she's pregnant with my son. She's worried about me. She's probably crying in the house. Don't know what's going on. She's not from New York City. She don't know if I'm gonna be locked up or not. I'm being supposedly booked or whatever. And I can lose all my jobs being booked or having a case against me because you're not allowed to deal with youth and stuff like that. And just a whole bunch of mess. Let it go. So I get there. I'm standing like, you know, anybody never been booked before. You stand in front of the book. You stand in front of the desk sergeant. Desk sergeant in front of you. It's a black guy. He's about like 6'7", 6'8". We in East Harlem. Standing there. I'm standing behind him. As soon as they walk me in, handcuffed extra tight. I'm like, yo, can you loosen these up? Like, nah, I ain't loosen nothing up. Sergeant look at me, he goes, you look real familiar. Most people in New York City, 90% of them play basketball. You see me go, you look familiar. I'm like, yeah. And you know, there's always that one guy. Walks behind him. I guess he was one of the sergeants that's working with that sergeant. He turn around and go, yo, get out of here. Man, that's a headache. I go like this, oh Lord. The dude, the little Napoleon Complex dude, look at me. I ain't paying him no mind. I'm just trying to keep it cool so I can get out of here. That sergeant go, oh, you play ball? You know? I said, yeah, I play Rucker Paul. Kind of got a nickname, whatever. Oh, okay. I know exactly who you are. Okay. So I'm like, okay, maybe I might get out here a little earlier. Maybe I might get out here and just get my ticket and keep it moving. He go, what's the problem? I said, well, they said that I'm not allowed to sit in my vehicle even though I had license registration. I was in a parking spot. There was nothing wrong. I was dropping 2 young guys off. And that was it. And nothing happened. Like, they came over, I gave them my ID. I was out of the car wasn't on, none of that, but they said because the key was in the ignition, it's supposedly I'm driving, but none of that happened. So he goes, don't worry about it, let's sit, let's get the paperwork done, let's see what's going on. So now I get taken into, I get taken back to get booked into the cell. So my boy come and they tell me he's here, whatever. I go in the back, and only in Harlem, only in New York City, I get put in a jail cell where at least 4 people know me. That's from the block. So I send there's like 9 people in there. I'm pissed. They take my shoestrings out. My shoes. You already know how much we hate that. Took all my shoestrings out. I'm sitting there and dude go, yo, stop playing. And he screams at the top of his lungs, y'all got a headache, huh? He the coolest dude ever. He don't do nothing wrong. What he got you in for a headache? And now I'm even more embarrassed. I'm like, I can't believe I'm in here for this. So, 2 hours go by, 3 hours go by. Sergeant come back. The same sergeant that's been a jerk the whole time comes back. Now he takes me out. Now I'm still sweating because I still ain't finished sweating. It's summertime. So he takes me to get my fingerprints or whatever. I'm like, man, I can't. My mom like, I can't be fingerprinted with no case because then I'll lose everything I build throughout the school system, working as an athletic director, all kind of stuff. So he goes to fingerprint me. And anybody know when you play ball, it takes a while for you to stop really sweating. So he tried to fingerprint me, and you can't fingerprint somebody who's sweating. So it wasn't working. I can't make it. He looked at me with a straight face and was like, so yo, was you nervous? No, I'm sweating. Yeah, usually when you sweat like this, I mean you smoke weed. Huh? What do you mean I smoke weed? Like, what did I do with me not getting fingerprint? What do sweat do? Are you serious? Well, no, like, just tell me. You can tell me now. Like, it'd be easy on you. Tell me the truth now. Tell you the truth for what? That you got me here for no reason? Like, come on, dude. Just stop. Just give me a hip towel, dry my hair up. Let me do this so I can get away from you. Like, so he get mad because I don't want to talk to him. So the desk sergeant come back and said, what's going on? I said, look, man, get this dude away from me, man. Like, he been disrespectful. I don't got time for this. Tell him just write my ticket up so I can get out of here, please. So my boy come in. They tell me he's there. Have conversation. He say, yo, you good? Just tell me you're gonna get on your own conscience. They should let you out. So the dude that know me, grace of God, the dude that know me, took care of the paperwork and made sure that I went out on a ticket, and all I had to do was get the ticket and come back with everything. Like I said, everything to be in. But the whole time, being able to keep my cool, even though I was young and hot-headed, I was able to keep my cool because I knew what the outcome would be if I gave this dude any reason to put his hands on me or anything like that. But I'm just sharing a story because it could be a lot worse and hit a different series. But think about that. In every phase of my life, from being a young kid, a college athlete, to an established athlete, to being an icon, do I helping communities out, being a teacher, being an athletic director, like training throughout the community. Everybody knew who I was. It was nothing. It was no reason. I got like 20, 30 different other stories where other stuff happened like that. But those are different points in my life where it could have been bad. My wife is home pregnant. Like, it's amazing how it happens throughout the world. And a lot of times it ends up worse than what I'm telling you happened to me. But it's always a but as for them. Like, but this is the reason why. But this is the reason why for that. Any story I just told you, it was no reason for any of the outcomes happening for handcuffs to be on me or anything like that. Me making a left turn when you only can make a left turn. Me walking down the street as a young black kid, going home. That don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. But this wasn't put up to share my pain or share anything like that or my disgust. To me, it's more about enlightening. It's more about showing you that it's more than just a whole bunch of people just complaining. It's not. It's been around for years. So the only way we're going to change is get clarity, get transparency, and then for y'all to start listening. Because it's not just one, it's millions of us going through this every day. And when people start listening, which is starting to happen, it's going to get better. But you need to understand that. I'm tired of people asking me, oh, well, what can I do? Oh, how can it make a difference? Listen. Then listen some more. And then try to understand. Understand we're not the same. Until we stop going, oh, you should do it this way. No, listen. Understand what they're going through. Understand what the fight is. The fight ain't giving us anything more than we want. We just want the same thing that everybody else want. The opportunity to question and be treated like somebody of a person that has some dignity. So I hope this kind of enlighten you on some things. But like I said before, I'm always open for conversation. There's a lot of athletes out there that went through the same thing, and multi-million-dollar athletes that get pulled over all the time. And if that guy don't recognize them, he's another black dude. He's another black kid that they scared of or intimidated by or just don't like him. So hopefully this helped you understand a little bit more into our world. But like I said before, the book is open. Now you have to read it. Hope you enjoy this. Hope you understand this. Hope you take something from this. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your night.